All right, everyone, today's an update about the Brute. As some of you have seen, we have had to have some delays on our initial batch of this bike. While it is true that the tariffs have had a massive influence on us, seeing our frame builder push out production farther and farther and farther, it's ultimately up to Spark to be able to get these bikes out. And so for that, I really appreciate your patience. In terms of timeline, we know a lot of you guys are going to be wondering, so when is the Brute going to finish up? What you should know is, as of last week, we have had multiple meetings with our frame manufacturer, and they are building it. And so once that frame is done, it will ship to us, and it will take a few weeks to get to Spark's location so that we can actually complete the assembly. According to the frame builder, besides being overrun with a huge amount of orders from some bigger companies, we actually experienced a few issues with the molds. So for those that don't know, there are a series of tools, usually referred to as a mold, that are used to create the tubes for that bike. Those tools had been performing well on a low level, and as they started to ramp them up, they noticed a few issues. Rather than trying to force a production, our frame builder stopped everything, brought those tools out for reworking, and has been updating everything. While we do wish it didn't take us reaching out to them to learn this, we are grateful that they did this because that means the frames are going to be perfect and they are showing a very high attention to detail on. And so if you're looking at a timeline, I almost hate to say any numbers, but we do know the frames are in production, and from there it'll take about 4 weeks for us to get those frames. So if you put that all together between the frame building, the shipping, and then us actually assembling the bikes, you're looking at maybe early September for us to send these things out. And I know that's a huge delay. We're talking 4 to 6 weeks depending on when you pre-ordered your bike. But our thought is we'd rather spend a little bit more time now, get them perfect, and maybe you lose a few weeks of riding this year. However, you got many more years to come on that bike, and we don't see issues on those frames. If you're worried about Spark, you should know that the first batch of bikes is only 10, and the second batch is also 10. However, we're following those 20 bikes up with a 200-piece batch. So right now, our focus is on those 20 bikes to get them out as soon as possible, but we will be following that up with more production. We want to say a sincere thank you to those 20 people who made deposits on the bike. Those deposits helped fund the development of our tools and gave Spark the confidence to move forward with this design. Spark is a very small team. We are completely self-funded, and so we can only build these bikes when we have interest from people like you. But there's not all bad news around the Brute. Because of these delays, we've actually fast-tracked a few updates that were planned for a few months from now on the bike. These updates include mechanical changes, such as a new bearing system in the swing arm that is far stronger and will last twice as long as what was in there before. A new and improved seat, new wiring harnesses that updated to IP7 connectors, new tires. Yes, I know everybody wants to be able to have different tires, so we will have different hybrid tires on that bike, and they look great. New accessories that will help with cargo. And in line with the accessories, just like the old Bandit, we will be having a Build a Brute page now. So you will be able to go on and change the headlight, change the handlebars, and everything like you used to be able to do on the Bandit. So if you were one of the people that pre-ordered the Brute, once we get a little bit closer to shipping, we will notify you and we will give you an update on the Build a Brute page, and we will be giving you a coupon to be able to do a few different customizations at no charge. We did speak to many of you and you guys have been amazing. So we are very sorry about the delays. There's nothing more that we want than to be able to get these bikes out and get them on the roads. But this is the situation of developing a new product, and we are going to do our absolute best to get them out to you. So if you have any questions, you're worried about anything, give us a call. We're here to talk to you. In the meantime, we're going to be working on our inventory, so when those frames get here, we are ready to go. All right, tomorrow's video is on Javelin.